I didn't actually go to prom. Youth, I'm gonna cry. I'm here with the legendary Steve Berman today, and he's going to be. Oh my god!
You're gonna have a moment.
Hey. Oh, lights went out. We are at the prom set, and everyone is like dressed to the nines. All I did was. Hi guys, I'm Olivia. Nice to meet you. Thank you guys so much for doing this. I'm so excited. I literally can't contain it. Wow, it is currently like 3 in the morning. We just wrapped him on the besties behind me. Good for you. I guess you moved on really easily. It was incredible, and yeah, I can't wait to go home and sleep. I'm like, what's that? I think I was like 5 at the time, and I like wasn't allowed to say stupid. It was like so dirty of me to like say stupid. Oh my god, I can only think of Taylor Swift lyrics. Yeah, but I'm still trying to find it all too well. I can only think of easy street, and he is the key. Yes sir, yes sir. Just another picture to burn. Taylor Swift, Picture to Burn. I loved that song so much. Last track on Red. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Driver's license. So I guess I'll go home into the arms of the girl that I love. The only love I haven't screwed up. She's so hard to please, but she's a forest fire. It's so good. Oh, maybe next time I'll think before he cheats. Better save a little trouble for the next girl. I was a little country pumpkin when I was younger, and I loved Carrie Underwood. And that song's like really good. Indigo eyes, hand on my thigh, you can follow the sparks, I'll drive. Lyrical smile, indigo eyes, hand on my thigh, we can follow the sparks, I'll drive. I told you, it's all gonna be Taylor Swift. I feel bad, I want to branch out, but I just have her like lyrics like tattooed in my head. Ain't it? Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't Speak by No Doubt. I expected myself to do mostly Taylor Swift songs, and I did, but I'm proud of myself for throwing like a couple different ones in there. But yeah, this was so fun. This is so cool. I like literally watch these all the time and like play along, so it's cool to do one of my own. I love Pete Davidson, and him singing my song like word for word was incredible. Moment I will cherish forever. That was so cool. Hey, I'm Olivia Rodrigo, and today I'm going to let Elle ask me anything. Before we get started, make sure to check out my first single, Driver's License. I always thought I was a true introvert, and then quarantine happened, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so much energy off of like being around other people. So quarantine taught me that I am definitely an ambivert. I feel most powerful, I think, this is like so cheesy and weird, but I literally feel the most powerful when I'm like by myself in my room writing songs or like creating something. I try to like write or at least like spend time alone like in my thoughts like every day, and I don't know, it's just my favorite thing. And oh my god, I'm just sounds so cheesy, but it's just like everything else kind of like disappears. Oh, cheeseball. But no, it's like it's just such a great escape and a wonderful outlet, and I feel really lucky that I get to do it. Gosh, I don't know. I guess I'm just really passionate about the people I love. I don't know, does that count? Oh, Cardi, she's so great. She's really keeping it real. She's so honest, I appreciate it. I think it just applies to like life in general, but my mom always says, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. I like moved like to Salt Lake City in 2020 for like 6 months, and I was hella cold the whole time I was there because I brought California clothes. So that's what I would tell 2020 Olivia. so lame. Literally, my most prized possessions are my American Girl dolls. This sounds so stupid, but I was obsessed with American Girl dolls when I was younger, and I have kept them perfectly preserved. I kept all of my clothes because I am so adamant on giving them to my children because it was such a big part of my childhood. And literally, if there was a fire and they were like, you can take 5 things, I would take like 4 of my American Girl dolls. So bad, but it's true. Yesterday was my 18th birthday, and I've really been wanting an expensive perfume. So I bought a Chanel perfume yesterday with my friend, and that was very unlike me, but it was fun. And it was fun. I felt so cool carrying my Chanel bag. I'm allergic to adhesive. I had to tell people on set today because they were trying to tape something, and I was like, my skin will go crazy. But yeah, super interesting tidbit. Oh my god, dream come true. That'd be incredible. Right now, I am grateful for my health, and I am grateful for you watching this video. That's a difficult question. I always try to do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. I'm proud of that, I guess. My favorite song lyrics of all time are in Long Story Short by Taylor Swift, and she says, "Past me, I'd like to tell you not to get lost in these petty things. Your nemesis will defeat themselves before you get the chance to swing." And I love that lyric so much. I think she's so wonderful, and it's such a great song. I think it was because I wasn't expecting it. I was just I'm just chilling in this mall, and just Uma Thurman and All of Her Beauty walked by, and I was like, whoa. I love Pete Davidson, and him singing my song word for word was incredible. Moment I will cherish forever. That was so cool. Really want to be a good mom when I'm older, and I want to be known for saying something really profound in this Elle interview, but I can't come up with anything. Thank you so much for hanging out with Elle and me today. If you guys haven't already, listen to Driver's License. I would be very thankful. And for more content like this, you can subscribe to Elle. Hey, I'm Olivia Rodrigo, and today I'm going to be walking you guys through my beauty routine. This is the kind of thing that I do every day. I like to keep it pretty simple, so let's get started. I love these Ollie gummies. I'm obsessed with them. I started taking them a year ago, and I actually think that my hair really improved. They're also just delicious, and also the highlight of my morning is eating 2 of these because they're so yummy. It's the first thing I do. Now we're gonna start to get into the real skincare of it. I have my cute little Glossier bag. People always make fun of me for it, but I always I always go like that, and I don't put it on my hands, which I don't know why. It's just so much fun to do it like that. I don't know. Next thing I'm gonna use is this gua sha, which is this pretty purple color that I love. Self-care has become super important to me lately. Doing your makeup, or you're doing your skincare, you're taking a shower and taking care of your hair or whatever, you're not on your phone and you're by yourself and you can kind of really recharge. That's really important to me. I love alone time. I'm very much an introvert, and so doing stuff like that really helps energize me for, whatever I'm doing in my work or in my, life. I have the most peely lips for some reason. My lips aren't chapped, but they'll just peel all the time. And so lip scrubs really help. Let's see. I love lip scrubs too because they're usually just sugar and lemon, and they taste so good. Some of it accidentally gets in your mouth, and it's totally intentional because it's delicious. And I always put it on with my fingers. I used to do it with beauty blenders and stuff like that, but I never washed them and actually took care of them, so they would just harbor bacteria and my skin would freak out. So I just use my fingers most of the time. Billie Eilish's makeup, she always just looks like she's glowing and perfect. What is this? This is the greatest. I've always had this little birthmark. People are always oh, we're gonna cover up that little thing, and I'm no, leave it. I just really like it. I used to never wear blush. When I was younger, I was blush, why would I want to make my face red? I'm trying to take the redness out of my face. And now it's my favorite thing, and I wear so much blush. Sometimes I need to tone it down. I just think it makes you look so awake and happy or something. Cute. I don't know if you can tell, it's very subtle, but I know it's there. Oh my gosh, when I was younger, when I was 14 or so, I was obsessed with doing makeup, and I would do the craziest makeup. I would do contour where it was just lines, 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 winged eyeliner that went crazy in this direction, had thick brows and overlined lips. So bad. I'm so glad that my mom didn't let me go out anywhere looking like that, but that was me doing my expression and doing what I loved, I guess, but I definitely have toned it down a lot since then. That's been a part of growing up, and you know, I'm still gaining confidence in how I look, and probably still will be for, you know, a very long time. The Glossier Boy Brow, which is the most iconic Glossier product in my opinion. I love this stuff. Love that. This is one of my fave products. I'm very nervous because sometimes it really works and sometimes it really doesn't. So if I have a bad eyeliner day today, just bear with me. I'll take it off and do it again. Very recently, I started doing makeup just like for myself. Making decisions for yourself and by yourself is something that we're all sort of learning how to do. And I think makeup is an extension of that. Okay, so now I did the wings. They're like not super perfect, but it's okay. When we do the mascara, it like makes it better. So eyelines are sisters, not twins. I always tell myself this when I'm doing it. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine. Nobody's face is actually symmetrical. I always have to curl my lashes by myself. Anytime I'm like sitting in a makeup chair and other people want to curl my lashes, I get freaked out. It's such a weird contraption. Last thing, I'm actually gonna take these off. I don't need these anymore. Not last thing, one of the last things, I'm gonna apply some mascara. Great, because it keeps your lips moisturized, which is very important for me. I love how it's buildable, like I love the natural color of my lips. This just sort of accentuates that. It doesn't try to like cover it up or put a new color on top of it. It just emphasizes what you get. Okay, cool. So my makeup is pretty much done. The next thing that I do is like my hair. My hair's like a little curly right now. Dry shampoo is very important to me because I have the most oily hair, and now with the masks too, like sometimes I'll have like a mask and sunglasses on, and so like the only thing that you can see is my hair. The other day I was like going through like a drive-through and I had mask and sunglasses on, and somebody was like, oh, I really like your song. And I was like, oh my God, like you can tell like that it's me, like the mask and the sunglasses. So maybe it was the hair. So definitely gonna take really good care of my hair. Thank you guys so much for watching my beauty routine. I had so much fun. I sometimes do my makeup in my mirror at home and pretend that I'm doing one of these. So I actually got to do it for real today, which was really fun. Yeah, I hope you have the best day. And he added some of my favorite parts in the song. We wrote the bridge together, and that's, you know, obviously something that people really love in the song, and I love it as well. We produced it using sounds from my mom's car, and yeah, put it out, and it was #1 for like 7 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that. So it was just a really insane experience, and yeah, I'm still really pinching myself over it. I don't think anybody like goes into putting a song like with expectations like that. Like even if I did have expectations, they could have like never ever been what actually happened. It was just so mind-blowing. High school heartbreak, and that's like a feeling I think you feel so intensely when you're, you know, a teenager. Like I wrote the song when I was 17, and like when you're going through a heartbreak when you're 17, it feels like the world is ending, you know what I mean? Because you have no other like context of like the real world, and like you don't know that like life goes on and you're gonna have so many other amazing relationships and experiences. So like those heartbreaks really hit harder than I feel like any, you know, heartbreak that you have in your later life. So, and I never write songs being like, oh, I want to be relatable, you know what I mean? I just sort of write from my experience, and that was a really like validating moment to be like, oh my gosh, like we're all so much more alike than we are different, you know what I mean? And we've all sort of felt like that. So yeah, I think honesty and vulnerability is always relatable, which is really a nice thing to remember as a songwriter. You don't have to try to be something you're not. So, we were actually in the studio, and we were trying to write like some other song. I think it was like a sad song or something, and it just like wasn't working, and you know, wasn't good. And so he's like, oh, well, what other ideas do you have? And I was looking through my notes app in my phone, which is where I write all of my ideas, and I was like, oh, like I wrote this down like a while ago. It's like says like, when she's with you, do get deja vu. And he was like, oh, that's like really clever, and like we could, you know, sort of do something with that. Strawberry ice cream in Malibu, like that whole imagery. I love like aesthetic and colors and textures and how they relate to songs. And actually, the first bit of the music video that I planned was the driving down PCH with like ice cream and like a little like bandana thing. And that was because every time I would listen to Deja Vu, I would be like driving and I would picture in my head that exact scene. But yeah, I'm very like visual and visceral in all the music that I make. Actually on the record, it's a synth. I love synths, and I love like really like crunchy distorted sounds. And so, yeah, I don't think it was like a conscious choice to be like, oh, we want it to sound like grungy, but I just like gravitated towards those sounds anyway. Be this vocal pad was like, do you get deja vu, or something like that, and I was like, it's just so not me, and everyone was like, no, it's really great, but I was like, this is what I want, and I'm really, really happy that it turned out that way. I had a lot of fun making it, and yeah, it's theirs to interpret however they want now. I know it's kind of a broad answer, but it's true. And I remember coming home from school one day, and they're like, we have a present for you, look around the house. And I was like looking everywhere, and they had like put like a magnet with Carrie Underwood tickets on the fridge. And so I was ecstatic. So that song reminds me of my childhood. Anyway, like anytime we're like driving anywhere, we'll roll all the windows down and roll the sunroof back and play up, and we know like every word. I can't do the dance, she can do the dance. I'm a terrible dancer, so I don't even try. It's like a beautiful like teenage love song. At Beechwood Cafe, oh. Obsessed with it. For obvious reasons. Yeah, do I need to explain? No. When I like cry and like contemplate death and my existence like all alone in the car, that is like one of the greatest songs of all time. I will swear by this song always. If you're ever on the aux with your friends, you have to play What Makes You Beautiful if you want to be popular and liked. That's the trick. Today I'm gonna make an acrostic poem using my name. My name like doesn't have any like real true sentimental meaning. My parents just thought the name Olivia was cool, and both my parents have very like common names, and so they wanted me to have like sort of like a not super common name, and so they were like, oh, Olivia, that's not super common. And the year I was born, it turned out to be like, I think like the most common name for a girl, so it didn't really accomplish that. People call me Liv, people call me Livy, Liv more often. My mom calls me Livy Lubell. People call me Livy Lou. Yeah, those are the main ones, I suppose. I'm gonna make a little heart with the glitter pen. This is going to be a poem about me. A little bit of a get to know me. And I feel like that says a lot about me. Oops, I smeared it all over the place. Already going great. Okay. L is for the way you look at me. No, L is going to be likes bread and cheese. Favorite foods ever are bread and cheese. Bread and cheese together, yes. Every combination of bread and cheese together is iconic. Bagels and cream cheese, crackers and cheese, pizza, like bread and cheese is just an iconic duo. And my last meal is macaroni and cheese, specifically the macaroni and cheese from Macaroni Grill, and a Coke. And that's like my favorite thing in the world. I have it every year for my birthday. It's literally off of the kids menu at Macaroni Grill, but I will order it until I'm 75 because it's my favorite thing. I am the spaciest person you'll ever meet. I am a very big Pisces, big Pisces energy. Very emotional. If you couldn't tell from the songs that I write, put a heart by it too, because it's good to be emotional. I'm a very emotional person, I always have been, and I feel like that is why I like writing songs so much, because that's sort of the name of the game in songwriting, is being emotional. Rob Pattinson was my first crush. I'm doing this acrostic like so wrong. I feel like other people are gonna do it and it's gonna be like, leaves in the breeze, trees, and I'm gonna be like, Rob Pattinson. But I love Robert Pattinson. He was my first crush, and I was obsessed with Twilight. Still am obsessed with Twilight. It's actually my favorite movie, and I probably watched it like 25 times. Obsessed with it, obsessed with him. He's fantastic. It's always, always cold. That's me. That's my name in poetry, and these are important facets of who I am. But this is Olivia in a nutshell. Yeah, you should make your own acrostic with your name because it's actually quite fun. I had a really good time. That's my best friend, Madison. We took that photo the day before I turned 18, so it was a very momentous day. It was like my last day of being a minor. I think I captioned it something like that. It's so lame. Like literally my favorite thing to do with my friends is drive around and like go to a drive-thru and drive around and like go to a lookout or like go to the beach or something. I don't know. My favorite people are the people that I can just like be with, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to like be doing a thing or like be somewhere cool. It's just nice just like hang with someone and be in their presence. The A&R dudes at Interscope set this up for me, which was so kind of them. And they surprised me at this Airbnb that I was staying at, and they like sang happy birthday, and the owner of the Airbnb was like right next door. She was like, oh my gosh, like you can't have parties, it's against the Airbnb rules, and like we almost got evicted for our Airbnb because of this photo, essentially. Oh my gosh, this was so cool. That was the first time I heard driver's license on the radio. It was so crazy. And just the coolest part was like hearing the radio announcer be like, this is Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license. I just got butterflies, and honestly I still get butterflies every time I like hear a song of mine on the radio. It's like just the coolest experience.